Gee, I talk on here. One of the cats that was on here was asking why not do more tutorials. So like every now and then I'll come on and I don't know, man, just talk shop. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that's pretty much what it is.
Manslaughter.
Yeah, for anybody who does turntablism, man, I got all these free off of DJQuba.com. Every time I come on here, man, I feel like it's a commercial. Always say the same thing, but all this stuff was free. Man, he has tons of break beats, man. He's always putting out new break beats, so definitely looking for break beats. Check out DJQuba.com, man. That stuff was free, like I said, all digital downloads. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I guess I can go over a little bit of things here. Like I said, I was just watching YouTube.
Manslaughter.
And I was watching some D Styles, man. Again, a lot of the times I like to watch that stuff and then come over here and then try to apply some of the stuff that I've seen. One of the things that I talked about previously was when you're doing the scratching is your handles. You know, like a basketball, you get handles. You got handles on these vinyls. I particularly like scratching in the middle towards the center, the spindle, versus out over here, because you got to kind of think, I only got to push it so far to make it do that, versus I got to push it this far. I got to make double the length of motion. So you had to get it's a lot easier to do those scribbles when you're going from the inside. You can do it from the outside though too. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit easier from the inside. That was one of the tips I wanted to leave off. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it is, man. Repetition, you know, just go at it, man. Practice. Obviously, I ain't the best in the game, but you know what I'm saying? It sounds cool. So yeah, definitely use the inside of the vinyl versus the outside. That kind of helps. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, what else I was gonna talk about, man? I had all this stuff in my head. Let's see,
Manslaughter. Manslaughter. Manslaughter.
Oh yeah, here's a good tip, yo. Yeah, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love, yo. Goofy Sway, yeah, buddy. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah. So one of the other things kind of doesn't get mentioned, man, because I've seen a lot of tutorials for scratching. Everybody will tell you a lot of the obvious stuff, man. I feel like one of the determining factors of having a clean scratch, you know, forget the clean scratch of having a clean scratch, very clear. Is one part of it's your cuts, but the other part, and take it as it is, and you can mess around with it, but turn down your bass. I like to turn down the bass. I'll usually put it about 9 o'clock, you know, so that's facing that way, or however you're looking at me right now. But yeah, 12 o'clock this way, I turn it like a 90 degree. So I turn it about halfway down. And what that does, it takes out a lot of the bass. Now, I heard a lot of scratch artists talk about, they do that a lot, and honestly, you really should, just so you don't, you know, you're not doubling up on your bass, and you get a nice, clean, crisp, you know, mid to high sound. But I heard a lot of people, depending on your sample, you want to probably keep some of the bass. So depending on what your sample is, you got to have an ear for it. You can keep the bass on, but probably 75% of the time, say, depending on the sample, yeah, like I said, you might want to turn down the bass. And it helps clean it up. So right there, I turn down the bass. See if you can hear the difference. Okay, so that was with the bass at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna turn it back to 12 o'clock. So that one had a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, girth to it. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it 9 o'clock. Full throttle. So yeah, just a little suggestion. There you go. Yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, you can hear the difference, man. I'm running the iRig. So yeah, some of the audio might be a little bit caquita, but like I said, as long as you can hear it, it makes a big difference. You know, usually when I take out a little bit of the bass, I'll kick it up, man, just a little bit on the volume. And honestly, I like to set my trim so my up fader, when I put my up fader all the way up, it hits only to that certain point. And again, obviously, you never want to go redlining. Redlining is not headlining. I don't care what anybody says. So, yeah, definitely, you know, take some of the bass out, depending on what your sample is. Oh yeah, and as a matter of fact, I got this thing on 33, man. My My bad. I'm chilling in South Texas, man. So a lot of these slow beats, man, they just hit with me. So this is what it sounds like on 45s on these.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, oh. Act like y'all know.
Yo. See, I'm gonna kick it back down. Yes, sir. Yeah, it does make it crisper. No, for sure it does. It for sure does. And like I said, I guess it depends on the person scratching. But yeah, I hear most people, they do. I remember seeing one of the tutorials from Beat Junkies where he was talking about leaving the bass up on man, I forgot what samples they were on some of the phrasing samples, because again, you're not really dealing with a whole lot of bass when they're talking, but I guess it's preference, it's preference. But yeah, majority of the people do turn it down. It takes a lot of the muddiness out, for sure. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I kind of jumped around there, but in the process of dealing with control records, control your handles in the middle of the record versus the outside, is using the thumb. Anytime you listen, anytime you look at a lot of these.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh. Act like y'all know.
Yeah, a lot of those. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these scratch DJs, you'll see, if you ever focus on their hand control, they use a lot of the thumb. And honestly, to me, it makes a big difference of just keeping the record from getting away from you, is having that thumb control. Maybe not so much a push, but just having it as a stopper, almost like a door stop. So like I said, it doesn't get away from you. So yeah, this is with the thumb. Let's see if it makes a difference. Honestly, I never even. I just do it, so it's like. Okay, so without the thumb. Yeah, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I never really tried, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just do it. I don't really think about it. But yeah, doing the difference, I guess depending on what you're doing, you don't always have to have your thumb down. So you want a little bit quicker, keep your thumb up. But yeah, if you're trying to control the words.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, act like y'all know. Like y'all know.
So yeah, it's totally preference, man. But yeah, the thumb does help out You know what I'm saying? Totally up to y'all. Y'all try it. Let me know. Y'all can message me later. And that's pretty much what it is, man. Let's see, what else can we get into? What else can we get into? Yo, I'm kind of new to these DVS setups. So one,
Hold up, it feels good up in your brain.
I gotta find that sample again.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah, like I said, I'm new to this DVF setup, man. I'm saving up to do to get those phases, man. Any of y'all fuck with the phases, bro? Phases dope. Phases super dope. Totally disregards any of this needle action over here, tone arm. But I think it's a little bit more precision. Precious. Yeah, precision. And anyways, yo, so like I said, new to this DVS stuff, man. I got a control vinyl. And a lot of this, anybody who's worked on turntables or anything like that knows, man, you gotta have that push off. And that's another thing that doesn't probably get talked about in a lot of these scratch tutorials, is the pushing off of the record. So let me see if I can fuck up here.
Hold up. It feels good. Feels good. It feels good. Feels good.
Okay, so right there, you can hear feels. Okay, so those slow and what do you call them? Those aren't clean. Those are not clean. So part of that is because when you're pulling back on the record, and there's a couple of different variables that go into that. Let me show y'all. I don't even know what I do with my other slip mat. My slip mat is somewhere around. I have one of those butter mats, man. And honestly, I heard a lot of DJs, hey man, get a butter mat, man. That thing's gonna make it super slick. But in reality, the butter mat's cool. It's cool and fly and all that, but it doesn't grip the record. So when you pull back on it, it doesn't really pick it back up. And that's a lot of the issues. So like right now, I went out into Amazon. This is one of the basic ones you can buy for Amazon. In fact, I use this as my logo, honestly, dropped on the head. Yo, this one, I don't know if you could get the thickness of this right there. It's semi-thick. They make thicker ones. And again, this is gonna make a difference on how your needle sits and all that good jazz. But what I'm getting at is that these thicker ones tend to pick up your record a lot quicker, so you don't have to push off. So one of the issues here with the turntables, whether you're running Techniques or Vesta or whatever you're running, they're not high torque, especially these older ones, not necessarily high torque. So you have to kind of, especially if you want to keep up that momentum and that phrase, excuse me, you have to kind of push it off, or else you're gonna get a little muddy in there. So that's very crucial, very crucial.
Hot shit.
And again, that's where the thumb kind of comes into play. This is my hand position right here. I've seen some people, man, I don't even know. Like D-Styles, man, D-Style tripped me. He does this number here where his fingers are like, I can't even, my fingers don't bend that way.
Cool J is hard as hell.
Like he does this number here where his fingers are like bent back. He's like double jointed or something. Check out one of his videos and you'll see what I'm talking about with his. But yeah, anyways, I keep my thumb down like that, so my thumb isn't completely. It's not that surface area. It's this surface area. And again, a lot of the times I'll try to just when I try to do quick ones, I'll use this one. Probably majority of the time, instead of trying to do two. Totally up to you. Hold on. But yeah, that's pretty much what that is, man. Yeah, so, you know, see, okay, so this is a perfect example of the. This is a perfect example. This sample, again, this is probably like 50% of what it should be, but it's already a low. Yeah, so I got that about the bass turned down to about 9 o'clock. So yeah. That one I would definitely give it some bass because it's just a light sample. So again, you can hear how it drags. That's probably the proper term, how it drags if you don't give it that push. Because again, a lot of it's just, a lot of it's pressure though too. I've seen a lot of people, man, you look at a mix master mic, boy, that boy is heavy-handed. One of the craziest things I ever seen that boy do, he'd take a vinyl, bend that thing back like a cap, and just start scratching. Man, that totally.
Name Cut Creator. No weapons.
Totally craziness, man.
Drive the crop fader like a cut mobile.
I don't know if it was a special vinyl.
Said to know he's greater. What's my DJ name? Cut Creator.
But yeah, a lot of it's just your pressure on the actual vinyl. So the less pressure you have, I think the less pressure you have, the more ability you will have to control it versus having a heavy hand. Because again, you have a heavy hand, you're not only stopping the record, not only you're stopping the actual mat, but you're stopping the turntable. A lighter touch, you let it glide a little bit. So that's, you know, It's just little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You combine all that stuff together and boom, you know, you get the next level on it. Yeah, not to mention when you do a lighter pressure, you have you get way faster with it because you're not having to loosen up that pressure so much. So yeah, if any of y'all do kung fu, it's the same concept. Instead of giving a, you know what I'm saying, giving a right hook, you know what I'm saying, you come straight out. It's just conservation of motion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this one definitely sounds better at 45. So yeah. That's pretty much what that is. Let me see, what time is it, man? 12 o'clock. I'm about to turn into a punky on. Smashing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna, you know what I'm saying, make it like an Elon rocket to blast off. I appreciate y'all chilling, vibing out with me. It's your man, MTxMAGICC, chilling here in South Texas with y'all. This is probably one of my favorite break beats. This was from the artificial intercourse break beats from DJCuba.com. Probably one of my favorites, man. Samples that Bruce Lee. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My lifesaver. Crossfader, yes,
Yo, and that's what that is, man. That's what that is.
Yeah, you heard that. Be my hip hop don't stop, be my lifesaver. The DJ on the crossfader, see your ass later. Saver, the DJ on the crossfader, see you. Yes. Crossfader, crossfader. Yes, later. Crossfader. Yes, later. I crossfader. Later.
Yeah. Honestly, I might just go through this.
Don't stop.
I might just go through this thing. I haven't put all my cue points on this particular break beat. I guess it's artificial intercourse breaks. DJQuba.com. I feel every time I advertise that, man, I feel like I should be getting paid, man. But honestly, I got all this stuff for free, so if, you know what I'm saying? The least I could do is shout it out. DJ Cuba, man, is a beast. Any of y'all, man, I don't know, any of y'all follow that beef between DJ Craze and DJ Qbert? I don't know if it's even a thing anymore. I made a thing on my post on my YouTube about it. And man, I think it was like 6 months ago or 8 months ago. And man, it's got like 7.8 K views.
Lifesaver, the DJ on the crossfader. See your ass later.
And it was a thing, man. And this is the way I understand it. I don't know, maybe y'all heard different, but Craze had said something crazy. Like he called DJ Qbert like a geek or a nerd or something like that on some sort of podcast. And then Q responded and he said, like I said, Craze was basically saying, yeah, I could smoke this dude. And yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Q responded.
You hit the jackpot.
Woo! Man, I'd hate to talk over this one. This is dope. Man, this whole break track is fucking phenomenal. Anyways, so yeah, Q responded and he said, you know, anytime, anywhere, same beat, you know, just a straight up scratch battle. And you know, it never happened. I don't think it ever happened. As a matter of fact, Craze made a diss track, and as far as I know, Q never responded. I don't know. I know the new one. Everything's been going between what's his name, Dead Mouse, and then James Hype. They've been kind of going back and forth. James Hype got that new sync set up with the lights and stuff like that. I saw a video, man. Y'all checked it. I don't know if Mouse is just trolling him. James, I don't know if Mouse is trolling James or something like that, but he made a post one time about, he's like, yeah, you know, anybody could do the sync, and he takes his controller and basically blinks, you know, gets it synced up to his video game. So it's like he's doing buttons and scratching and he's moving the character in the video game, man. That's fucking badass, dude. I said, what? Oh, dude, that's a badass response. He's like, yeah, this is real sync or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck he said, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good instead of doing some crazy fucking, you know, set or something like that, or trying to
Get loose and produce large amounts.
That was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. So I don't know if y'all are Dead Mouse fans or James Hype fans, man, but I know that was a recent thing that was going on between the two of them. So yeah. Let's see, man. I'm like a quarter of the way through this thing. What's up?
Yeah.
I can rock a party like rock a party like a party like
What?
Get it on. Boy.
What?
You're doing it right.
Come on.
Doing it right. Doing it right. Doing it right.
Come on.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Oh man, yeah. Out of all the breaks, this is probably one of the best ones, yo. You cannot tell me this is awesome.
Catch me outside, how about
Oh man, they did awesome on this particular track, yo. Oh, that's such a badass fucking sample, yo. I'm loving that shit.
How about that?
Whoo. Halfway through this break, oh, yo, this was one of them. I tell you what, man. Because I barely started scratching like 3 years ago, man. But I tell you what, I play bass, I play guitar. So I think the transition from doing this number here to doing this number here wasn't that hard. So I think that's why I think I caught on a little bit better than some of my constituents. And one of the things, man, I know I went through.
DJs.
One of the things I know I went through was my body movement, man. I had this body movement, man, like I was doing a freaking 80s DMC fucking competition or something. I was all over the place, man. But I tell you what, when you look at professional DJs, excluding probably Mixmaster Mike, because that boy he's just crazy with it. He'll be wiggling and wobbling all sorts of different ways. But majority, 90% of the scratch artists out there, they don't do a whole lot of body movement. They'll do some head movement or something like that, but
Yeah, and you don't stop, yo.
and what I found out was, man, when I was starting off, man, I would do a lot of body movement. When I was doing that, my hand was following through, so I was messing up my scratches doing this number here. You know, it took me a while to be able to control that, stop what I'm doing mentally, keep my body still, and then keeping this thing. Now, even still to this day, I still rock, and you'll still see me doing this crazy stuff. But I remember looking at, and this probably brings me into one of my other points, is if you do practice, you practice, I feel like you'll progress a lot quicker if you record yourself. And the reason I say that is because just like anything else, you see what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. And not only that, your presentation and how you look. And in this particular topic, what I'm talking about is exactly what I mean. Is when I looked at myself the first time, I'm over here doing this number here like a weeble wobble, like a bobble fucking head. And it looks stupid. it looks stupid on me. Okay, you know, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So, I may still look stupid. I don't know. But at the point, I feel more, you know, I feel more confident in what my movements are. So if I do wobble around there, it's not affecting what I'm doing here so much. So yeah, body movement, man, that's another topic that doesn't really get discussed in a lot of these scratch tutorials. Is try not to move your body so much. Get your, you know what I'm saying, get your handles, your control on that vinyl, and then you can, you know what I'm saying, you can rock out.
And you don't stop, and you don't stop, 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 stop. You don't, and you don't, and you don't, and you don't stop, yeah, stop, 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 stop. Peak the technique.
Oh yeah. Let me get that one. I like that sample right there.
Technique.
Peep the technique.
Peep the technique.
That's a good sample right there, man. That one doesn't get used a lot.
Peep the technique. Technique.
Yeah. Probably the last thing I'll leave with y'all here, because this track's about to end, is the cuts. The cuts. Pronounces it, when you use cuts like that, it gives you control of when cuts come in and out. Normally, obviously, these break beats have, you know, cuts built in where it's dead silence, so you can, you know what I'm saying, let a, yeah, like that, let a phrase come in, and it just sounds dope. It sounds dope when you can cut in and out right on time. So that's probably another thing, just to add into the whole, whatever the hell we're talking about right now, is the cuts. Cutting in and out a beat on time. Sounds super dope. Like I said, just gives you more control, gives you more to mess around with. And yeah, man, adds to your arsenal.
Beam me up, Scotty. I control your body.
Ooh. Okay, so this is the last one here.
I control your body.
So that was a cut I did right there.
I control your body.
So going back to the thumb thing, you heard that what? You heard that. That was me not pushing the record off and it not catching. So again, on these kind of lower torque, and I do have it on 45. I do have it on 45, so it's going the fastest it can go. I could probably turn it up. You know what I'm saying? But there's no need to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of trying to get your control. Again, I guess what this whole session's about is handles, vinyl handles. Let me come up with a better fucking name to that instead of control. Your handles, just like in basketball, you gotta have good handles, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have those handles on these vinyls.
Control your body. I control your body. I control your body.
Yeah, so like I said, check out all the tutorials you can if you're trying to scratch. And you're doing all that stuff. All these guys are just gonna basically do the same stuff. They're gonna talk about the chirp scratch. You're gonna talk about the baby scratch. I will say this, you gotta learn your baby scratch. There's no way in and out of it. You gotta learn your baby scratch.
Hey, okay, take a second to record.
Gotta learn your baby scratch. And that's your platform. Everything else you can build off of that. But yeah, all these tutorials are gonna show you the same damn boring thing. But one of the ones I will say you might wanna look at, again, anybody from the Scratch Pickles, I prefer D-Styles, man, because I dig his style, man. It's just straight up, it's fucking, god damn. The boy got some crazy style. Cubert's dope, he's kind of more psychedelic.
Was the man with the master plan to make you wiggle and jiggle like gelatin.
Woo. Shortcuts got this badass video on YouTube where he goes, I think it's the top 20 scratches or top 10 scratches, I can't remember. But he goes through everything, man. And that's a good one to look at. What was her name? DJ Shorty. She's dope as fuck. Actually, I want to say her story was her dude was a DJ. Her dude got her into DJing, and then, man, before you know it, she was a champion. But yeah, she has a bunch of tutorials there where they do, man, what do you call it?
Just like beam me up, Scotty. It's time to rock the party.
Some Q&A. They call it Q&A. Yeah, they just asked me if I was a robot on here. Anyways, yeah, they call it Q&A. So they'll scratch, like maybe like 4 bars or 8 bars, and then you come in with the same type of scratch or do something different, and it's just going back and forth. That's what they call Q&A. So definitely, man, get with some of that. You're trying to progress in it, and that's what it is, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all chilling, vibing out. It's your man MTxMAGICC chilling down here in South Texas. So, yeah, man, I'll probably be on at some point tomorrow. I usually get on after 11. That's when I've been trying to hit up. So, yeah, man. All right. I'm going to check in the comments if y'all commented I missed y'all. I'm going to tap in, check out your page, follow for follow, do all that good jazz. And, yeah, that's what it is. So, y'all take care. It's your man MT telling y'all, don't be a dope. Just be dope. Y'all take care. 1.